Alright, so how do you unlock Thanos? So this was probably the most challenging thing I've done in a game in a long time. I probably spent around 5 to 7 hours in that arena, and 3 of those hours were alone. Figuring out his moveset, figuring out their movesets, these 6 bosses' movesets. The problem that I faced within the first 2 hours is what I was realizing was I'm not a high enough level. I'm not able to deal enough damage. So yeah, let's just jump right in with the tips, essentially. So tip number 1 is you're going to want to be at least level 70. At least level 70. This will help you so much. And I would recommend being at least between maybe 75 to 80. You will have it's going to be a cakewalk at that point. It would be so much easier. The problem that we were having is we were only level 55 to 60, and the recommended level is 65, and it's just you need those extra levels. The amount of health and damage you get, it's just you need them. It'll help you so much. Alright, and we did do this with 2 level 70s. We ranked up 2 people to level 70 and used a couple of XP cubes. So 2 people were level 70, our main damage dealers, which was Venom and Gwen, Spider-gwen. And then we used a Hulk. Hulk was level 56, I believe, and Magneto was level 58. So as long as you've got at least 2 people that are high enough level, it will help you a lot. So my next tip is, how do you get levels? So the first thing you're going to want to do is go through the campaign again, and you're going to want to equip decent ISOs as well, ISO 8s. Whenever you find them, make sure you got resistance or health or whatever. You'll just read through them and try and figure out which one's best. But again, for leveling up, you're going to also want to do infinity trials, probably a whack of them. But don't focus on grinding them out, just focus on at least doing them once and trying to get the big gems, the biggest gems you can out of them, because some of the gems are really good. Also, we got an XP gem from, I can't remember if it was doing the campaign or if it was doing the infinity trials, but it gave us 84% boost. And there's an XP boost in the ability power tree that gives you 10% if you get all the hexes in that hexagon. But good luck getting all of that without doing a lot of grinding in the infinity trials, because you need to level up a lot of people in order to get AEP. We have like 26 million credits, and I don't know really what you use the credits for other than upgrading ISO 8s, which barely uses anything, so it just seems kind of broken. And one last thing, this will really help you for in the lab, is unlock the 4th revive. That helped us so much in the game, and it is in the AP tree as well, the blue tree. It's on one of the far sides. You'll see in the tree. It's relatively easy to unlock and get. Focus on getting that one first, if anything. If you don't have that one, focus on getting it. Alright, so next tip I got for you is to learn to dodge. You're going to have to learn to dodge these guys' attacks a lot. So you're going to want to pretty much be jumping, running around, and dodging their attacks. And so essentially when you're in that fight, you're going to want to use a lot of synergy attacks. And use your ults whenever they're available. When it's the right time and when they're close together. And try and be patient. Don't go in here trying to finish this as fast as you can. Look at it like this is a marathon, not a sprint. You gotta, slowly whittle away at their health while you can. And sometimes you're gonna be panicking trying to, once they're really low health. Don't worry too much. Just try and keep dodging and wait for your chance to strike. And getting in those light attacks and heavy attacks when there's possible. If you have a ranged character, it'll be a lot easier for getting those attacks in, because you'll have someone that can kite So if you do have someone that is range on your team, hopefully that will make it easier. The team we used was Venom, Hulk, Spider-gwen, and Magneto. Magneto and Spider-gwen were pretty full. Magneto was like a 2 to 3 shot, and Gwen was like a 4 to 5 shot from getting hit from one of those bosses. And Venom and Hulk could take a lot of hits, but Hulk, he is just a tank, so we didn't even really play him through the campaign, but I was just trying to think of who we could use. So we went through the game again on superior difficulty and unlocked and tried to rank up Hulk a lot more. So we did, and it helped a lot because, yeah. So it just depends on your team comp. Try and make sure that you have a lot of synergy attacks with your team comp, and take a look at your team in a normal boss situation and try and think of, is this the best team I can make? And maybe you might need to change 1 or 2 people out. So I really liked Deadpool, but for my team comp it wasn't working that well, so I had to take him off for Hulk. Alright, so next tip I got for you is in which order to take down the bosses. So Ebony Maw is the sorcerer, and he is by far the easiest person he is so weak to take down. And Supergiant, the White Hood, she is pretty weak too. But the first person you're going to want to take down is Glaive. Glaive is by far the hardest person in that boss fight. Black Dwarf is pretty close too. So Glaive is the guy that has the spear type thing. It's a glaive, but he's always jumping around and throwing the purple attacks at you, and he'll jump up in the air and throw the red spears down. Red glaive, sorry. So what you're going to want to do is try your best to take him down first. So when you use your ult, make sure that he is on the ground and not going to jump away. So once you take Glaive down, you're going to want to focus on Ebony Maw. But don't focus on them too much because you want to keep lowering everyone's health slowly. Once you take Glaive down, make sure that you're lowering the other 2 bosses. So Proxima and it would be Supergiant. So you want to lower their health down. And Proxima's the spear chick. She's always running up to you with the spear. She's got the horns kind of sticking out of her head. So you're going to want to lower their healths low, and then you're going to want to take down Ebony Maw fast. So once you take him down after everyone else is kind of low, this is where Black Dwarf comes in. He's the guy with the Power Stone, and he's the biggest out of all of them. He's got the hammer. You need to take down him as fast as you can without once the other 2 are low on health. When I say low, at least below 50%, make sure that you get Black Dwarf down next, because as soon as if you take down any other boss, Thanos spawns in, and he is really hard. So what we tried to do was lower everyone's health as much as we could, so we could kill them all at once and try and beat Thanos one-on-one. That didn't really happen, but we were still able to do it. But taking Black Dwarf down, he is by far the next hardest one other than Glaive, Corvius Glaive. So try and take him down. Use your synergy attacks, use whatever you can, but take him down. And then when Thanos is pretty easy to take down. He doesn't really have too much like crazy attacks, and if you can get him on a one-on-one, it's a cakewalk after that. He is not that hard to defeat. It's pretty much taking down Corvus and Black Dwarf. Those are going to be your 2 hardest ones. Corvus Glaive, Black Dwarf. Those are the hardest 2 to face, I would say. Ebony Maw just has a lot of... He's weak, and Proxima Midnight, she doesn't really do too much damage. And Supergiant is just annoying to face because of her controller confusion on you. So, yeah, alright. So next tip I got is, before I go on to my next tip, make sure that you don't waste those health. Every time you defeat a boss, you get a free instant full health. So make sure that you're using it on the person that is lowest to death. So yeah. Alright, so this is pretty much one of my last tips, and that's just to be patient. Go in there and you can beat him. It is possible. It won't take you as long as it took me if you just take your time and you just tell yourself, you know, I can do this. Just don't get angry, don't get frustrated. Just try and learn their attacks. This is by far the hardest fight that we've faced in the game, and there might be a harder one in the last rift tree, but I don't really care about doing it. I was just doing this to get Thanos, and you just got to tell yourself to take your time. Don't go crazy, and you can defeat him. It is entirely possible. You can't get too angry or frustrated. Yeah, that's pretty much all I got for tips. It isn't that hard once you're high enough level. Pretty much the best thing I can tell you is be patient and upgrade your level. Those are the two best things, and then try and use the other tips I gave you. But he is not too bad to face. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this guide. I really hope this helps some people out. I really hope that you guys can beat him. And once you unlock Thanos, he is level 80, so he is instantly just awesome to have on your team. And he does a lot of damage, and he's like Hulk. He's a tank. So you can go right if you beat superior difficulty, I think that's what it's called, then you can go on to ultimate difficulty, and then you can do ultimate difficulty. And I haven't done that yet, so I'm looking forward to doing that one. But yeah, that's pretty much it, and I really hope you guys can at least beat him. Good luck, guys. Good luck. Just do your best, okay? Alright, see you guys.
You cannot win without us!
Room for one more spider?
I'll show you how it's done! I win! Raise go!
Room for one more
I'll
spider?
show you how it's done! Geronimo! Gross. Yeah, it's time to split.
We'll kick your ass!